Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Excel Learn and Apply. In today's video, we are going to learn one of the most powerful and useful tools in Microsoft Excel called pivot tables. If you have a large amount of data and you want to quickly analyze it by region, product, month or category, pivot tables can make your work much easier. In this video, we are going to start from the basics and gradually move to more practical feature. So let's get started. Before creating our pivot table, let's first look at the data we are going to use. Here I have a sales data containing 10,000 records. We have information such as order ID, order date, region, state, city, salesperson, product, category, customer type, quantity, unit price, sales amount, discount, net sales, payment mode and order status. Now imagine trying to analyze 10,000 records manually. For example, if someone asks us what are the total sales in each region, or which product generated the higher sales, or what were our monthly sales. Doing this manually would take a lot of time. This is exactly where pivot table becomes extremely useful. Before creating a pivot table, we need to make sure our source data is properly structured. Each column should have a clearly heading. We should not have completely blank rows or columns inside our dataset. And ideally, we should convert our data into an Excel table. To do that, I will click anywhere inside the data and press Ctrl T. Excel automatically selects our data range. I will make sure my table has headers is selected and click OK. Now our data has been converted into an Excel table. Now let's create our first pivot table. I will click anywhere inside the table, then I will go to the insert pivot table. Excel automatically identifies our table. I will select new worksheet and click OK. Then right click, go to the pivot table option, go to display and select classic pivot table. Here we have our pivot table fields. Let's understand these four important areas. We have filters, columns, rows and values. The rows area determines what we want to display vertically. The column areas displays information horizontally. The values area performs calculations such as sum, count, average, and the filters area allows us to filter the entire pivot table. And on right side we have a pivot table fields where we can see each column header. Once you understand these areas, working with pivot tables becomes much easier. Now let's start with a simple example. I want to know the total net sales by region. What I will do, simply I will drag the region into the rows area and then I will drag net sales into the values area. And that's it. Excel has immediately summarized our 10,000 records into just a few rows. Now we can clearly see the net sales per region. By default, Excel is using sum because net sales is a numerical field. But if you want to calculate average instead of sum, let's do it. Here I will add net sales one more time. Right click on the value, go to the value field setting. Here you can see the calculations such as count, sum, average, max, min. For example, I will select average. Now Excel is showing us average net sales. Now let's make our pivot table a little more detailed. I will add category to the columns area. Now we can see our sales broken down by region as well as category. This is one of the biggest advantage of pivot tables. We can simply drag and drop fields to change the way we analyze our data. Now let's create another useful analysis. I will remove category from columns and add product into rows. Now we can see the total sales for every product. Now we can easily identify which products are generating higher sales. Let's sort these products from highest to lowest sales. Just right click on the values and choose sort. Then select the largest to smallest. Now our products are arranged based on net sales. This makes it much easier to identify our best performing product. Suppose if you have 100 of products and you want to see the top 10. We can use a value filter over here. I will click the drop down next to rows labels. Then I will select the value filters. In that we can select the top 10. Just click over and Excel shows us only the top performing product. Now let's analyze our sales by month. I will drag net sales into values and order date into rows. But sometimes Excel shows instead of these months the individual dates like this. But instead of looking at hundreds of individual dates, we can group them. Just right click on any date and select the group. Yes, here Excel gives us options such as days, months, quarters and years. I will select here months and quarters. Click on OK. Yeah, now our daily transactions have been summarized into months and quarters. This is extremely useful for monthly and quarterly business analysis. Now let's look at another very useful feature. Suppose I want to know what percentage of total sales each region contributes. Just right click on values, select the value field setting, click on show values as, and you can select here percentage of grand total. Excel shows us each region's contribution as a percentage of the total sales. This is very useful when creating management reports. Now let's see how we can filter our pivot table. I will add customer type to the filters area. Now I can select a particular customer type. For example, if I select corporate, the pivot table shows me only the sales related to corporate customers. This is a very simple way to analyze a specific portion of our data. But instead of using a traditional filter, we can also use something much more visual, which is slicer. I will click inside the pivot table and go to the pivot table analyzer and insert slicer. Here I will choose a different field such as salesperson, product and category. Just click on OK and you can see the three filters has been added on the screen. Now you can see the values by filtering or by selecting different data from the slicers. This makes our report much easier and more interactive. Now let's turn our pivot table into a visual report. Just click on that pivot table, then go to pivot table analyze and click on the pivot chart. Here I will select a column chart. Now Excel has created a chart based on our pivot table. Now you can change the color of your pivot table. Just go to design and you can choose the color as per your requirement. The great thing about a pivot chart is that when we filter the pivot table, the chart also updates automatically. In first column, you can see some item labels are missing, and if you want to add that, let me show you how. Just right click on the pivot table and go to field setting. Click on the layout and print and select repeat item labels. Now you can see the missing item labels are available now. One important thing to remember is that when our source data changes, we may need to refresh the pivot table. For example, if we add new transactions to our source data, the pivot table may not immediately refresh those changes. To refresh it, simply right click inside the pivot table and select refresh. And Excel updates the pivot table with latest data. Now let's put everything together and create a simple sales analysis report. Here you can see I have already created a simple sales analysis report. You can see we have created a multiple pivot charts: sales by region, then sales by category, sales by month, sales by product chart, sales performance by salesperson chart, one pivot chart with sales contribution by region. On the right hand side, I have created three slicers. One is just with state, then customer type and city. Now, if we want to control all our pivot tables and charts using a slicer, we need to connect the slicer to all the pivot tables. And to do this, simply right click on the slicer and select the report connections. Here you will see all the pivot tables available in your workbook. Just select the pivot tables that you want to control with this slicer and click OK. Repeat the same process for all remaining slicers. Just make sure that while selecting the pivot tables, make sure you are selecting the pivot tables from the right worksheet. Just repeat it for the third slicer. Now, whenever you select an item from the slicer, all the connected pivot tables and charts will update automatically. Before we close, please keep these simple tips in mind for clean and reliable pivot table reports. Always make sure your source data has proper headers. Avoid blank rows and columns inside your dataset. Use Excel tables when possible. Remember to refresh your pivot tables after updating the source data. Don't be afraid to experiment with the rows, columns, values, and filter areas. The best way to learn pivot tables is by changing the fields and seeing how the reports changes. If you found this video useful, please like the video, subscribe to Excel Learn and Apply, and share it with someone who is learning Excel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Please keep learning and keep applying.